how I got started in event planning to begin with. In 2010, because it goes that far back, I met a woman named Cindy, and she was an event planner for this association who did multiple, like 12 conferences a year. And when she told me what she did, like literally, I remember my entire body tingling, and like my gut was like, this is it. This is it. I looked at her that night after talking with her for 2 hours, just meeting her, and I said, I want your job one day. I stayed in touch with her. I took vacation days to go and help her run her registration tables, put together her agendas, whatever she needed. I was there. I was learning. I was behind the scenes as much as I possibly could. So in 2016, she was super annoyed with her third-party planner, which is someone who goes out and finds hotels, like creates RFPs and finds hotels for her conferences. And she said, if I had to do this over, this is what I would do. And I was like, bet, okay, tell me what that is. And then will you show me how to do that? So she told me what that was. I had to figure out how to get an EIN. I had to figure out how to get an IATA number. I had to figure out how to open a business bank account and how to take payment and how, like, I had to figure out the businessy stuff. And then she mentored me through the event planning stuff. Then at the exact same time, I was working events for my local nonprofit. So I was getting other exposure into other events behind the scenes. Literally, I wouldn't be here today had I not invested in mentorship in the event planning space. The other mentor I hired at the exact same time was business, because I did not know the first thing about business. I had an MBA, and this girl had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I have to have a website. Everyone has websites. I have to have like all these things that I don't know how to do. So I hired my first mentor, my business mentor, and she was like $400 a month, and she had grown 3 local businesses to over $1 million. And I was like, cool, she knows what she's doing. So that's where I started. I started with an event planning mentor who was teaching me the ropes, and I started with a business mentor that was teaching me that side of the internet. All while I was working my full-time job, because I knew that if I did not set this up, that this was just going to be a pipe dream forever. Now I offer business mentorship and event planning mentorship, because that you really have to have both, especially if you're starting from scratch, or if you're wanting to actually lead and teach. You need to have both in this space, because my event planner mentor had never run a business before. My business mentor had never run events before. So really, I am that person that I wish I had in 2016. If you are wanting to do corporate events, if you're wanting to host or plan international retreats, slide into my DMs. Let's chat about what mentorship looks like for you and how you can get started, because sis, if I can do it, you can do it.